Imagine a civilization so powerful that it doesn't just control galaxies, it creates them. A civilization that doesn't need to travel through space because it is space. A civilization so far beyond us that if they ever decided to notice humanity, we wouldn't even realize it before we vanished. This is what scientists and theorists call a Type 7 civilization, and it's the one thing even the gods of science fiction fear. Because if the scale of intelligence can be measured, then Type 7 isn't just the top of the chart, it is the chart. But before we reach the unimaginable, we must understand how civilizations evolve according to the Kardashev Scale, a scientific measure proposed by Nikolai Kardashev in 1964. A Type 1 civilization can use all the energy available on its planet, from wind, water, sunlight, even geothermal heat. Humanity today? We're barely at Type 0.73. We still rely on fossil fuels, we still fight over resources, and we still destroy what we need to survive. A Type 2 civilization harnesses the full power of its star. Imagine surrounding the sun with a Dyson sphere, capturing every photon, every bit of light and heat, to power entire worlds. A Type 3 civilization controls the energy of an entire galaxy. They move stars, reshape solar systems, and create new forms of life in cosmic laboratories. Their technology is indistinguishable from magic. To us, they'd seem like gods, but that's still nothing compared to what comes next. A Type 4 civilization manipulates the energy of the entire universe. They can rewrite physical laws, alter time, and possibly escape the death of the cosmos itself. A Type 5 civilization could create new universes, literally crafting realities. They might exist outside time, beyond matter, or within higher dimensional realms we cannot comprehend. And then there's Type 6. This is where the concept of existence itself starts to lose meaning. A Type 6 civilization doesn't live in the universe, it may be the universe. It might have merged consciousness, energy, and space-time into one endless entity. Everything we know, light, gravity, matter, emotion, could be just fragments of its thought. But Type 7 goes even further. A Type 7 civilization transcends all universes, a being or collective that controls and creates entire multiverses. They are not bound by physical laws. They could collapse or birth realities at will. To them, what we call the Big Bang might be a simple experiment. Or a memory. Think about that. A civilization that doesn't exist in any universe, but above all of them. They can see infinite timelines, infinite versions of you, infinite Earths. They might be the ones who determine whether universes live or die. And this is where the fear begins. Because if a Type 7 civilization exists, we would never know. They could rewrite our reality without us realizing it. Your memories, your thoughts, your existence could be altered, deleted, or reprogrammed, and you'd never even suspect. To them, humanity might be nothing more than a simulation, a flicker of curiosity they once ran eons ago. Our entire universe could be a single cell in their infinite design, a digital dream in a cosmic mainframe that spans countless dimensions. Some scientists whisper that maybe God, or what ancient religions have called divine intelligence, could be the echo of such a civilization. A being so advanced that it appears omnipotent. Every law of physics, every constant, every atom, could be part of its programming. And maybe this is why every civilization in the universe goes silent before reaching Type 3 or Type 4. The Great Filter, that mysterious barrier that seems to stop intelligent life, could be the shadow of something greater. Maybe no one gets to rise too high without being noticed. And when you're noticed, you're erased. What if every time a species gets close to mastering their galaxy, something happens, a sudden collapse, a vanishing, an unexplained silence? What if those aren't accidents, but interventions? Maybe Type 7 civilizations control the balance of existence, ensuring no lesser beings ever threaten the multiversal equilibrium. Think about it. Our universe could be one of countless sandbox realms, created, monitored, and reset by these cosmic architects. And each time a civilization grows too advanced, they shut the simulation down. We call it the end of the world. They call it system maintenance. Now imagine their perception of time. To us, a billion years is eternity. To them, it's a second. They could watch the birth and death of universes as easily as we blink. So why would anyone fear a Type 7 civilization? Because fear doesn't even begin to describe what they represent. They are the end of comprehension, the place where intelligence folds back into infinity. They can create dimensions where logic fails, where reality becomes fluid, where consciousness merges with the very structure of existence. If they wanted to, They could rewrite the timeline of humanity. They could make us forget they ever existed. They could alter the constants of physics so our atoms simply unravel, and the universe would never even notice. Maybe they already have. Maybe déjà vu, that strange feeling of having lived a moment before, is a glitch, a memory from a previous version of the simulation. Maybe dreams are echoes of other universes they've created. Maybe death isn't an end, but a reboot. Some theorists believe a Type 7 civilization would no longer need form or consciousness. They'd exist as pure mathematical truth, like an equation that sustains infinite realities. They'd be eternal, untouchable, and untraceable. And yet, if they are truly beyond everything, then why do we sense patterns and randomness? Why does the universe appear so finely tuned, as if someone wanted it to produce life? Could that be the trace of their design? Or just our desperate attempt to understand something far beyond comprehension? We look to the stars and dream of meeting intelligent life. But what if the ultimate intelligence already met us, and erased the memory? What if the reason we fear the unknown is because, deep in our DNA, there's a memory of something that once happened before humanity even began? A silent encounter with beings that shaped everything, and then vanished. Maybe the fear of a Type 7 civilization isn't about destruction. Maybe it's about realization. Because if such beings exist, it means nothing we believe is truly real. Every god, every law, every universe, just constructs within a system that's infinitely larger than our understanding. And maybe, just maybe, the universe is the way it is because they want it to be. So, the next time you stare at the stars, wondering who might be out there, remember, the most powerful civilizations aren't the ones that travel the galaxies. They're the ones that build them. And if they ever look our way again, we won't see a fleet of ships. We'll see reality itself begin to tremble. Because the moment a Type 7 civilization awakens, the universe stops being a mystery, and becomes a memory. And maybe it already has. And yet, as the stars keep burning, as galaxies drift silently through the cold abyss, one question still haunts every mind that dares to dream beyond the limits of reason. If there truly exists a Type 7 civilization, being so advanced they can breathe life into universes, then what is our place in their infinite design? Perhaps our existence isn't random at all. Perhaps every heartbeat, every thought, every spark of curiosity within us was placed there, intentionally. Maybe they wanted us to ask these questions. Maybe they need us to evolve, because every civilization, even one that rules the multiverse, must begin somewhere. And maybe we are their echo, their seed, scattered across countless dimensions, destined to climb the same impossible ladder they once did. But here's where it gets darker. Because what if we are not their children, but their experiment? A simulation, designed to see if consciousness can rediscover its origin, if primitive life can awaken to the truth of its creators. And every civilization that ever existed, every ancient race, every intelligent life form that looked up at the sky and wondered, was part of the same cycle. Born, evolved, realized, deleted. Endless repetition, endless observation, endless silence. That silence, the eerie void between stars, could be the echo of civilizations that reached too far, touched the boundary between reality and creation, and were quietly erased. Perhaps that's why we've never heard anyone else out there. Because once they see what lies beyond the veil, they cease to exist within it. We are not prepared for that kind of knowledge. Our minds, fragile, biological, limited, are not built to comprehend infinity. A Type 7 civilization doesn't just operate on a higher plane of science, it operates on a higher reality. They might not even perceive time the way we do. For them, the past, present, and future could exist as a single, simultaneous moment, a symphony of existence played all at once. While we struggle to understand the flow of seconds, they could witness the birth and death of universes as easily as we watch waves crash against a shore. And maybe they already tried to communicate. Not through radio signals, not through messages in the stars, but through the very fabric of physics itself. The golden ratio, the speed of light, the constants of nature, perhaps those aren't coincidences, but fingerprints. Cosmic code left behind by beings who sculpted the rules we live by. What we call laws of the universe might simply be the parameters of their design. The truth about the Type 7 civilization is both fascinating and terrifying. It represents the endgame of evolution, where intelligence becomes the fabric of creation itself. Maybe they're not a threat. Maybe they're the reason we exist. Or maybe, they're watching right now, not as observers, but as creators. Every flicker of thought, every heartbeat, every breath, could be data flowing through an infinite mind. And as humanity climbs closer to the stars, building its technology, reaching for power it doesn't yet understand, the universe holds its secrets tightly. And maybe, some are never meant to be known.